Hi, this is Ryal from tswguides.com, here with an infiltration mission guide.
This is not the future my family once saw for me.
Yeah.
The great Varias doctors. I used to think my sister was the unlucky child, but it would be me. It became known my father collaborated with the Soviets, even after the occupation. He abandoned us rather than face his shame. If we spoke of him, we expected spit in our face. I studied in disgrace and could find no work in the cities, so I come to the villages, because the people care more about what I do for them than my name. And I search for my father's work. The work of the Red Hand. You could not fairly call what I found in their underground laboratories medicine or science. This is where the trail took me. To the observatory that sits over the village. In that abandoned place, I found documents, recordings, catalog after catalog of crimes against life itself. And a sealed door. I began stacking the stuff in piles for bedtime reading. Then the vampires came and I had to run. My father would never speak to us of his work, but everything he left unsaid, he also left to fester in me. I inherited my father's sins. When I opened those doors to the past, I also opened up a path to redemption. For the name Varias. And for me.
Once Varias is done with his cutscene, we are off to the observatory in the northwest portion of the Besieged Farmlands. Your first objective on entering the observatory is to find a nearby computer terminal. Once you've activated it, go through and look at all the different options available to take a moment to read the different information provided. Option 3 will update the quest to the next step. This is the map you will be working through for the remainder of the instance. You will initially be working through this southern room, the hallway immediately north of it, and the 2 rooms immediately to the right. The next stage of the quest will take you to the 4 reactors on the west side of the chamber. Once you've completed the reactors, you will work with the hallway to the east and the 2 laser-trapped rooms to the far north side. The mission will conclude with a confrontation with a Red Hand prototype taking place in the southernmost room on the eastern side of the complex. Your next task will be to repair and restore electricity to a doorway at the far end of the hall. To do this, you will need a gear found here and a wiring found in the room immediately to the left. You will also need to cycle power to that area using the computer terminal in the initial room. Emergency power can be used to cycle lighting to the rooms ahead of you. This will make finding the wiring and moving around in these areas a bit easier. The large robots are active and are quite dangerous. They do, however, have a very narrow range of view, and you can easily walk behind them as long as you give them a little bit of a wide berth. If one aggroes you, you can simply run back to the first room, and they will drop aggro and unleash. To proceed through the next area, the player simply has to initialize the reactors in the correct sequence. The sequence is listed in the tooltip in the upper left. Once you have completed the reactor sequence, security cameras in the room will light up. At this point, the player needs to avoid the cameras while proceeding to the doorway. Thank you for watching this infiltration mission guide. Be sure to check out part 2 of the guide on our YouTube channel, and check out all of our guides at www.tswguides.com. Have fun playing The Secret World.